Hello, everyone. Welcome to Too Much TV. Today we're talking about House of the Dragon, Season 3, Episode 6, The Faceless Man. I think that's the name of the episode. Faceless
Sounds
Man.
right. It's definitely, it's Faceless Man or Faceless Man. It's one of those, but yeah.
Yeah, they're just kind of running with that theme this season.
Yep.
Dude, fucking finally Cole is dead. Jesus Christ. I have been waiting for this so long. I mean, he went out with a bang, which was great, but Jesus Christ, I'm so happy he's dead.
Yeah. From seeing the reaction across social media, it seems like that's the general consensus is people were pretty ready to be done with Cole.
Yeah.
What did you think of the way he died, though? Did you think that was the way he saw it going down?
Well, I thought it was he was ready to die. Remember, like the army is the Starks and the Rivermen are surrounding him, and his, I don't know, lieutenant or whatever. It's like, what is this? And he just says, our death. And I just kind of wanted him to die at that moment, like instantly. That would have been really, really funny. But I really was a fan of the surprise attack. I thought that was really cool. Playing dead. That was really fun. What a smart way to deal with that.
So speaking to the trap that they set where they were sort of playing dead and then they lured them in, I liked from a kind of a cinematic perspective, from an audience perspective, I liked that they lead you to believe that Cole kind of makes it out. You know, it was like he wins the little skirmish there, and then you realize the depth of the trap, and it's like, oh yeah, you're
and
done.
Also at the end, he's like, oh, he's trying to like vie for his men's lives. And he's like, all right, so be it. I'm going to win this duel and win this fight. And then he just gets shot with 3 arrows.
Yeah.
That was the best part. Who was the archer?
So I've seen a few things circling around. It sounds like she's a character from the books. Maybe the wife of someone who comes into power later.
That's probably right. I just don't quite recall. I mean, dude, there's so many characters.
Great shot, though. Great shot. Yeah. She's a great shot. Wow.
I have to bring another little history tidbit here. You've heard of Henry V, right?
Mm-hmm. From you.
Battle of Agincourt. Yeah, thank you. I know. Battle of Agincourt beats the French with archers. He was in a previous battle in Wales. I don't know how many years before the Battle of Agincourt. And he was hit in the face with an arrow, like right under his cheek, like somewhere like right here. And it didn't kill him.
Yeah.
But if you look up portraits of Henry V, it's only from one side.
Get my good side, my non-arrow side.
Dude, and if you watch the movie, there was a movie that came out in 2019 with Timothée Chalamet, and it's called The King. It's a pretty decent movie. And Timothée Chalamet plays Henry V, but they don't even acknowledge the arrow thing. And they talk about how there was a surgeon who had to like pour some like boiling stuff down there to like make sure it didn't get infected, and they had to take the arrowhead out. I think they said it was like 5 inches into his cheek or something. I'm completely paraphrasing. I don't quite remember, but that kind of reminded me of that. I mean, and dude, he's gone. And dude, again, the Alicent thing, like it can't still smell like her, man. You know? Or do you think he's so in his own head about it that it's just like he wants it to be? I don't know.
Yeah, I'll say maybe a little bit of a hot take here. I actually did feel a little bad for Cole at the end, because not so much that I admired him anymore or anything like that. I mostly just pitied him because it felt like he was just a sad guy by the end, and sort of clinging on to the romance with Alicent. And it really just felt like what we talked about in the last episode, him being so misguided and really just losing his way, getting kind of obsessed. And I feel like this was sort of the sad ending to that storyline. Just like, a guy who really didn't have much going and then went out in a pretty brutal way.
And all of his men, clearly.
All of his men
dead.
And buddy, can I say, I don't know that they're going to sing songs about that.
I don't know, man. The
You
hand
think
of
maybe?
the hand of the king getting shot in the face with an arrow. I
Yeah,
mean,
maybe
maybe.
just not the songs he would want them to be singing, because that wasn't exactly the glorious thing that he was envisioning, I don't
I mean,
think.
bro, he's dead.
Yeah, there
You
you
know,
go. We don't have to deal with him anymore. So everybody who hated Cole, he's gone.
well, smart for Gwyn to leave.
Well, yeah.
Gwyn
Yeah.
is really intelligent to get out of there. I think he
I think
looked at Cole, and when the Cole said, "This is the whole goal, is to kill myself," he's like, "Okay, I was on board for this, and now I'm gonna leave." Let's just jump straight into that, because having Gwyn there was so interesting with Daeron and Ormond, because clearly Ormond and Daeron, it's toxic, it's unhealthy, that relationship. But Gwyn seems to be a bit more of his own man and just a bit more like stands up for himself. Um, what did you think?
yeah, I thought it was really cool because I actually meant to ask you, I don't know, other than some kind of passing comments and things like that, we really haven't seen Daeron talk to anyone else other than
Besides
Ormond
Ormond, yeah,
extensively. And
yeah.
so by having Gwayne in the picture, we got a kind of a look behind the scenes at what Daeron actually thinks of Ormond. And, and it's kind
Well,
of what the whole audience probably was thinking,
what
right?
did Daeron say? He said, "You know what he is. I do what I can to keep him from you. You know, like he just what is what are they talking about there with Ormond? I mean, have we already seen it with his rage, his outbursts, or is there something deeper here?"
Maybe if I could give an answer, I would say it's probably a mix of both, because I
Hmm.
think the anger and the rage is a piece of it. We clearly see that it, alarms Daeron when,
Sure.
he's having these outbursts when they play the chess game and he like grabs him, and Daeron is visibly shook, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you can tell this dude. So there may be some more deeper layers though that we haven't seen yet that you're kind of alluding to, I think, that
Yeah.
might have even more trauma for Daeron in this,
You
situation that
think
he's
it's just an
trapped in.
extension of the rage we've already seen?
It
Like
could
even
be.
more so of that?
It could be. I don't want to presume too much because I don't know which direction it's going, but there are plenty of darker, I mean, there's just a ton of different abusive tendencies. So,
There's a lot of potential for that, I think,
yeah,
because
we
we're
don't really know
slow.
how deep it goes.
Ormond has been slowly building and getting more and more intense, I think. So
Yeah.
it'll be very interesting to see where this goes.
Can I say just one of my favorite lines of Ormond's, maybe one of the most ironic lines in
Yeah.
all of television that I've
Yeah.
ever heard someone say,
Lay it
when
on me.
he's talking about Rhaenyra, and he says, Rhaenyra will not burn her subjects. She is a woman. And then he goes, Squeamish. It was
Oh,
like
and he
this
and
little
he
like
can't
judgmental,
yeah,
like
and he can't smell someone's body odor.
I was like, this dude is calling her squeamish. Are you fucking joking?
And then, his little comments about Ser Gwayne. Like, is Ser Gwayne gay? Is that what we're led to believe?
I didn't know, how much we were supposed to read into those interactions, but I did kind of wonder just, I couldn't tell if maybe there was supposed to be some more implications somewhere along those lines.
The implication.
Back to, yeah. Yeah. I wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure.
Well, because he says, "I'm sure you found solace with your brothers in arms," and kind of gives him a look. And then also
I didn't catch that line.
when he tells Daeron to go bathe, he tells Daeron to keep his back against the wall.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
like, I think it's alluding to the fact that Gwayne is gay. And I wonder, and I think I might have seen this somewhere today, if Gwayne maybe made a pass at Ormond when they were younger.
Oh.
No, because Ormond's a handsome man.
Mhm.
Objectively speaking, he's a fucking psycho.
Yeah, yeah.
So I wonder if there's something going on there.
Could be, could be. I missed that line, but I did hear the one about keeping his back against the wall. I took it as like he's a germaphobe, so he's like, don't get close to him while he's bathing. But honestly, dude,
Yeah.
I mean, it could be. it could go in a lot of different directions. I'm curious. There's probably a
I,
lot of shared history there.
I really liked how Daeron talked to Gwayne. It felt like he needed that. Like he's being suffocated by Ormond and his manipulation. So when Daeron talks to Gwayne, it feels like Gwayne is like a real like father figure in a way to him, in a way that
Yeah,
Ormond isn't at all.
yeah. I mean, you got to think about how isolated Daeron probably feels through all of this,
Well, now
and
he's,
then
quote, king.
well, yeah, and even all the implications of that too. But having someone who, whether it's a father figure, a mentor, a friend, whatever this sort of blend of a relationship that he has with Gwayne, it does seem like he's extremely comfortable being way more open with him and direct about what's going on.
Yeah.
How everything's going to. I mean, he even says to Gwayne, I think he says, I'll never be king or something like that, right? I mean, he's
You and I
basically
both know.
acknowledging.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, so Daeron, we've seen Daeron as kind of a reserved, I don't know, shy. Maybe shy isn't the right word, but he's kind of meek.
Yeah. A
He's
little
timid a
meek.
little bit. Like he's not very outspoken around Ormond when we
Mm-hmm.
kind of know why. And then we finally get to see, all right, Daeron has a pretty good awareness of what's going on. He's
The problem is, I think he just doesn't have any agency and he's feeling very trapped. Ormond is this domineering figure playing the Game of Thrones. And I think Daeron just wants to see his mom, man. Like that scene where he looks at Gwayne, he's like, hey, did you see my mom? And he's like getting all teary eyed.
yeah, that was tough.
At the end of the day, dude, he's just a kid, right? He's just a
Yeah.
kid.
He's just
And
a kid.
weighing over his head, but he also didn't ask for any of this.
No, he didn't. And I think he kind of recognizes, because of that, the interaction we get to see, he recognizes he's a bit of a pawn here, using the chess analogy again. He knows his role and how it really, when you take a step back, I thought potentially that Daeron was getting manipulated, that Daeron was really kind of drinking the Kool-Aid that Ormond was serving up. It doesn't seem to be that way at all. Daeron is doing what he needs to do to survive in a very difficult situation. He is a pawn. He recognizes his role, and he's doing whatever he can to basically fly under the radar or keep Ormond calm so that their plans can kind of play out. But he's just not a cog in the machine, but he's along for the ride. He can't do anything about it.
I completely agree. And I mean, it's just sad that like sometimes I think these people, they don't really want to be there. Like Helaena, I think Alicent's done now too.
Yeah,
like
man.
She's had her fill. They've had their fill of this, and now they want just a normal life.
I think they're exhausted. It's got to be exhausting. Like you said, playing the game of Thrones, it's exhausting. And now that we have a couple characters like this who feel like they're trapped, they're just whether or not they're physically trapped, being held hostage, or just in a role like Daeron is playing. It feels like we have quite a few people who are tired and just kind of going through the motions at this point, because they have to.
Well, let's finish up with these three then: Daeron, Gwayne, and Ormond. The assassin little subplot there.
Yeah,
that was awesome, and also hilarious. Ormond literally couldn't talk to them because they smelled so bad.
Yeah.
Again, man, this is such a strange thing. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite like this.
Well,
his smelling issue.
Yeah, you're right. And it's really funny to think about somebody just in a medieval setting where the smells have to be so much
awful.
stronger than anything we deal with today. Imagine having a sensitivity to smell in a world where people are just walking around with shit on their boots and stuff, and there's dead animals, in the alleys. It's like, whoa, how do you live?
Yeah, I think that's why. Have we really seen him go outside?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Yeah, I'm sure. And I'm sure he's miserable through it too.
Well, the assassin thing, that was awesome. Gwayne just fucks that guy up immediately. And that scene was brutal with what the bowl cut butcher with that other guy. he stabs him and then pulls the sword down.
Oh yeah, bro.
Oh,
Rough way to go.
yeah.
Yeah. You kinda understand Ormond at the end when he loses, he pukes into the wine
Into the
cup.
goblet. Yes. That was so funny.
That following the line I was talking about where he calls Rhaenyra squeamish, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, buddy. Yeah, for sure. She's
Oh,
the
dude.
squeamish one.
Amazing.
But so Rhaenyra, though, that was a pretty solid idea by her, sending the
assassins.
dressed
Was it to
as
kill Ormond or to kill Daeron? I think it was Daeron, right?
I don't know. So Gwayne says to kill. They're here to kill both of you. I thought Rhaenyra would be more likely to target Ormond because she has kind of played by the "I'm not going to kill kids." Like she's kind of stuck to that right now.
I mean, but how much is Daeron a kid, really?
Well, and I think the problem that we're seeing is that her rules, even for maybe herself, are going to be broken as we go along here. So she may have considered just, if I can kill Ormond and Daeron.
But again, it's her half brother.
I don't think it matters. There's gonna be come to a point where it doesn't matter.
And
anymore.
It's Alicent's son. It's her father's son, But then
I think
again,
we're
you're
watching
right.
her slip. I think we're
You
watching
think
her
so?
not slip, like lose her grip. I think we're watching her transition into
what she has to do.
Bingo.
Well, because now Daeron has been proclaimed a king. It doesn't matter. Like that's a threat, even if it's just one person says it. Because now that idea is out there. You know what it kind of reminds me of, and this is an odd modern comparison. Like, how Trump is like saying he's going to run in 2028. It's kind of like that. Like he just has to say it and just say it again and say it again and then say it until it's normal. This is sort of the same thing. If they keep proclaiming Daeron constantly, then it's going to become like this normal idea with, what something would have been weird a year ago is now commonplace. So
if you say it enough times, speaking it into existence, brother.
Yeah, and now Rhaenyra politically is in a bind. She should kill him, but I think the right thing, if I were her, I would have probably just taken out Ormond because he's the real threat. Gwayne is not a threat.
Like.
Well, Gwayne is a threat, but I think Gwayne would come to heel, for sure. And Daeron too. Daeron does not seem to be the man or the kid. How old is he? What, 16, 17, you think?
Maybe somewhere in there. Yeah.
Okay. He's not.
Ormond is the puppet master. Ormond is certainly the puppet. He's driving the show here.
And absolutely a threat.
Yeah.
100% the threat. So, well, let's move on to King's Landing then. And then let's do Daemon.
Okay.
Because the meeting in the small council where he throws the cup at Manderly. I'll hear no more from those whose greatest battle has been with their own indigestion.
I wrote it down too, dude. I was like, that's a great line.
Well, the other two, they're little like snippy little bitches.
Yeah,
they're
little catty.
Little catty, little like, oh, anyway, a dragon. They're like the annoying kid in class where you're like, dude, shut the fuck up. And it's funny. It's funny. I like them. But it's like, dude, just be quiet.
Yeah. Well, the funny part to me is like, they actually have a point. That's what makes them tolerable because they're not just like saying things to be annoying. They actually have a very good point. The dragons cannot determine, when they're spitting out fire, they're going to burn everybody in sight, right? So it's not like they can, there's not a lot of precision to an attack with a dragon. But it is hilarious watching Daemon you can just watch his like blood pressure rise the second they start talking. And I love throwing the cup, man. That was so good.
Well, he's just angry because he's obviously very dedicated to Rhaenyra, but clearly he doesn't think that what they're doing is the right path. He thinks more violence is necessary. And again, we've talked about this a lot. I'm starting to think he's right. I think this has been also, is this what the 4th episode of this sort of Cold War a little
Mm,
bit, that it's just been kind of these subtle chess moves, and it's just kind of bubbling, kind of boiling up, right?
yeah.
And I think Daemon wants to get to the ship, you know?
Yeah, I think Damon, you can feel his grip is slipping away. He's lost the favor of the gold cloaks, a lot of them.
Would you
He's
leave? Wouldn't you leave? You're not getting
Oh, yeah,
paid.
dude, I don't blame him at all. When they're saying, "I gotta take care of my family," not only am I not getting paid, but I could get killed in the street. Like, yeah, me, Jeff, I'm out of there.
Yeah.
But I think the problem for Damon is he's always been able to rally those guys before. We've seen him even in the previous episodes this season, we've seen him be able to kinda,
Rally
get
the
them
troops.
yeah, rally the troops, bring them to his cause because they're loyal and they believe in him. The problem is now in reality, we can literally see, he can't protect them
No.
and they know
It
it.
it shows what Ormond is doing is working.
Yeah.
Ormond is really smart.
He's successfully undermining Daemon, Rhaenyra, that whole group. I mean, they're losing control on a ton of the
And
things that they had
everything he
before.
says is right. Where he's like, the patient hunter gets the kill.
Mhm,
All he has to do is wait.
mhm.
And he's taking that risk of being in Tumbleton with the dragons around because he knows that she's not going to burn her own subjects because then everyone will rebel against her. So he's using the town as a hostage.
Yeah.
It's very, very clever. And then having, these gold cloaks get killed slowly. Also, there being no money. Like, I think they're starting to run out of food. You can tell that the small folk are starting to get really, really sick and tired of it. And they're not blaming Ormond because Ormond is in the shadows. He's
Mhm.
off in a different town. They're not going to blame him. They're going to blame the queen because she's right there. And
Yeah.
even her attempts to blame Torrin Manderly seem to just fly over their heads.
Yeah.
Like it's not working anymore, if it worked at all.
No, I think they've kind of circled her as the one to blame, and I love what Ormond is doing because it reminds me, I love poker. It kind of reminds me of like running a big bluff because he's in a position where she could strike him down, and they repeatedly discuss this, but
Hmm.
it's like he knows, like the cards that he has, he knows. All right, you're not going to do it. You could, but you can't. It's a very funny bluff.
Again, what we've discussed, Rhaenyra is trying to do both things. She's trying to win this war, but she's also trying to do it the right way, or
Mhm.
at least through her morality. I mean, what did she say? My father would abhor it.
Mhm.
And Damon's like, and there it is.
Yeah,
That's why you're not doing this.
that pissed Damon off.
Well, I mean, there's another couple callbacks to Viserys this episode too. She's on the throne and she gets cut. And again, I mean, the metaphor is a little blunt, but Viserys had the same thing. If you go back and rewatch season 1, the first starts of the cracks for him, and then he has his finger cut. Notice when she gets her finger cut, she looks up at that statue, and I think it
Mhm.
is Viserys, and he's holding that replica of old Valyria in his hands, which I thought was a really cool little touch.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, this is the start. I mean, what did she say when that woman said, "Oh, one of our girls was taken," and she's like, I'll." It's like today when there's like a mass shooting, and like Republicans are like, "Yeah, I'm praying for you." You know, this is like the same thing.
It
It's like, "Oh,
did
I'll light a
feel
candle for her." Oh, what am I going to do about it?
well, yeah, you can tell from the reaction of the crowd that's in there that it's like, "Oh, okay, so you kind of dismissive of that." I can't tell you the amount of, like, dread in my stomach watching Rhaenyra get cut by the throne. It was like just because we watched such an incredible decay from Viserys, and it's like,
Mm.
is that the direction she's going? It made the pit of my stomach sick, dude. It was like, is that where we're going here?
Well, it shows that, like, obviously she's the queen, right? And she's in charge. But at the end of the day, the small folk, if they're not happy, this is over.
Yeah.
This game, this deal that they have between the two, between the people and their government, is done.
Yeah.
If they're pushed hard enough, if they have nothing to lose, you're out of there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's very French Revolution, right? Then it's like the price of bread was like a third of a man's salary.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, fuck that. And, goodbye, king. So very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
It is. And we get her dealing with the small folk. And then we also have several interactions with her and Alicent too. And that's getting kind of interesting because, I mean, she's obviously Alicent wants to get out of there and she wants to take Helaena away. They get caught.
Alicent still has that energy though. Helaena is fading.
Yeah. I think Alicent is tired, but I think Alicent is one of the strongest characters in the show.
Love her. Yeah. But they've been stuck in a room for 4 episodes now.
They have. But she's still got the drive. She's still trying to make moves, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like she's not ready to give up yet. She's still actively trying to get her and Helaena out of there.
Mm-hmm.
She's also having to deal with Rhaenyra, who's coming up with some plans of her own. And that's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out because their relationship, man, when they have that conversation and Rhaenyra says, you're to my counsel, you're my enemy.
Mm-hmm.
You are a Hightower, you're my enemy. And Alicent says, but what am I to you?
Mm-hmm.
Like to you. And she's talking about Rhaenyra. And it's like, man, this relationship is still so crazy. All the history.
Well, we talked about this, that it's sad. That it's this ghost of a relationship. And whenever you see this person, it's a memory of times gone, better times gone. And that's inherently, I think, very, very sad.
Yeah.
I think her going to Harrenhal to find Aemond, I don't know, kind of dumb.
It's the worst plan in the world, dude. I'll say it. What are you thinking sending Alicent to go, I guess, kill her
Queen
son?
Dowager.
In what world does she go on this journey? How is this a smart move? That just seemed like the worst plan in the world. I mean, I like it in concept if you could execute it. But the problem is exactly what you had said to me a few episodes ago. These people have to make these plans and these schemes, and then they just go off. They're not texting. They're not calling each other. There's no guarantee she's going to follow this. You just send her off and just hope. Oh yeah, go do this.
That works.
Go do this horrendous thing that I've instructed you to do, and you're just going to do it, I guess, based on the fact that you've got maybe armed people with it. But it's like, what?
I don't think that I don't think this happened in the book. Because this seems like a very silly, like forced subplot. I'm not sure. But let's finish up with Helaena a little bit because she didn't do much this episode, and then we'll jump back into Aemond because we touched on him just now. Like I said, I think Helena's fading. I think she's giving up a little bit. I think she's just really tired, and I don't know if depressed is the right word because I think that's a very modern term, but I think I don't think she feels like she belongs or she's ever really belonged. Like the saddest thing at the end of the episode, just asking her mom, like, why am I here? But I think that was like a double meaning. Like literally, why am I still in the castle? And then also, why am I like alive almost? And what did she say? Was there no other lord who offered my hand? It's just like, did I have to marry my brother? I think she also gets the perversity of that. And I think she just feels like she has never really been her own person in a way. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I would. And I think it's really sad because we watch her and Alicent go through a lot of this together. They're in the same place. They're captives together. But I think Helaena, whether or not she realized it before, she certainly seems to be realizing it now that some of what Alicent has to do is also self-serving for Alicent, or at least at the very least, she's kind of questioning her motives. It's like, so were there no other lords, or did you just want me to be married to my brother? And it's sad because I think Alicent cares a lot about Helaena. I think she loves her
I think that's
dearly,
her
and
favorite.
she's trying to protect her very, very strongly. But I think Helaena still, through everything, has to even question, how much of this are you doing for me? And I think that's what probably is making Helaena feel even more lost, because it's like, who in this world can I trust? Who in this world really cares about me and is actually doing things, for my best interest? Because Alicent just had to lie to her about her child being part
Jaera,
of their
yeah.
escape plan. So
Again,
it's like
she lied again.
she lied again, dude. And it's like, Helaena, for as being a pure of a soul as she is, has to be pretty jaded at this point, at even the relationship with Alicent. It's like, how can I trust you now?
The one person who really doesn't understand the game is Helaena. But I also think at the end of the day, she just abhors it. I
Mhm.
don't think she likes it at all. I think maybe she understands in a distant way, but she doesn't understand why anyone plays. Maybe is a good way of
Right.
putting it.
Yeah.
With her too, what was she sewing there? What was that image? Was that Aemond in a womb? Or was that Aemond? Because that looked very vaginal.
It did. Yeah.
Not very womb, like it looked like a vagina. And I
It
wonder if
did.
it's Alice's.
I think that was the idea. I think that, at least personally, that's how I saw it.
Sure.
Because we get the quilt or whatever that cloth was that she's sewing, and then at the same time it's spliced in with scenes of Alice Rivers and Aemond in this sort of romantic relationship that is forming. And you're not I'm glad we're going to talk about them, because I have so many questions for you about what you think Alice Rivers' intentions are here.
Dude, I don't care. I talk about two characters I do not give a fuck about anymore. It's Alice and Aemond, dude. I can't stand them. God,
They've got this plan, man.
watching them kiss is like watching your parents fuck. It was not fun to look at all. I was just like, go
Yeah.
away. I
Yeah.
don't want to
No.
watch this at all. It's just not fun. And I don't care. What does she want? The lady of the river, the water? She wants to be a waterbender. At this point, I don't care.
Yeah.
And
She's got plans, man.
Aemond is just sad that his dragon is gone. That's all he is doing. Bro, I mean, the only interesting thing about them this episode was the dragon eggs. That
Well,
was
that's
the
the part that I
only thing.
actually, I figured that actually had some real weight to it. That actually does have an impact on the story. I don't know how. I mean, we saw Daenerys dragons, hatch and grow, and that took a decent amount of time. So, like,
Are they the same eggs?
are they
The same eggs. Daenerys' eggs.
I think Daenerys'
I don't
eggs
think
are the
so.
ones that were sent to the Vale.
Yes, because I was looking at these eggs; those were all the same color.
Okay.
And Daenerys' eggs, I think, were 3 different colors. I think there was a black one, a green one, and a red one, I think.
Yeah, good attention to detail, more than I
Kiki
did.
and I we're rewatching Game of Thrones. We started our rewatch
Nice.
the other day. God, it's so good. I forgot how good it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Aemond and Alice, dude, I just don't care.
I mean, realistically, now I am actually asking you if those
What
eggs,
I think is going to happen.
Well, if the eggs, I mean, can the eggs even hatch and have any? It's going to take forever for them to grow into dragons that can fight, right?
So, I know. Going back to A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, later on, Aegon, our favorite Aegon, I would say,
Yeah.
tries to get them to eggs to hatch. I think there's some deeper magic associated with them.
Okay.
I think that's why. I think that's the dragons are the closest thing attached to magic.
Yeah, and I mean, you're totally right, because the reason that Daenerys her eggs hatch is because there's that magical, like when she sits with them in the fire, there's all that like magical presence,
And she's the last like dragon,
Yeah.
and that witch killed Khal Drogo, again, a bit more magic there.
Mm-hmm. So
You
there
know,
has to be some pretty special, like, magical circumstances for it. It
Mhm.
sounds like, but I was curious because it's like she's got, what is it, like 5? She's got a fuckload of eggs sitting there in the crate. She
I
had
think
4
she
or
had
5,
5.
right?
Alice had 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a lot of freaking dragons sitting there, like,
Yeah.
in the chamber, ready to go. If they could be mobilized. But I feel like in the time frame of what we're looking at, I would imagine that these dragons take a while to grow. So as much as her plan is, oh, you'll be the Lord of Dragons and I'll be, whatever the waterbender. Is that even like a plan that can manifest in their lifetime?
Bro, who knows, man?
Like it's just like we're seeing this big scenes with these building and the music's growing, and it's like, what? So are you really making any real plans
Dude,
here?
I really think Harrenhal in the last 2 seasons has just been weird to be weird. Like, I
Yeah.
think it's supposed to add a bit of mystery and like mystique to it. I
Right
don't
now, it
really
feels like
think
where
they
the
know what they're
plot
doing.
goes to die. Like
Yeah.
it feels like this is where we go when, like, we don't. When the show just fizzles. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like anything really monumental happens there.
No,
And I
but
agree
the
with you. It
problem
is
is
boring.
the problem is something very monumental will happen, but it's taking fucking forever.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah.
I think that's maybe my biggest criticism. So now we've got, I think the first 2 episodes were fantastic of this season. The 3rd episode with Rhaenyra governing, I thought that was also excellent.
Mhm.
These last 3 have been fine, but the pacing is a little slow. Like, the character interactions are good. Like, I am enjoying them, and discussing them with you, I think, is very interesting because there is a lot to kind of sift through. But I mean, I need I don't, we talked about action for action's sake being like too much sugar. I need more sugar.
You ready for some sweets?
I'm ready for some sweets. Right now we're just kind of eating unsweetened dried fruit. I want some ice cream.
Well, this is what fans complained about from last season, right? I think,
The pacing.
the pacing, it's really difficult. And, I want to recognize it's an incredibly difficult balancing
write?
act. Yeah, it is. It's incredibly hard to get that pacing right. But I think the difficulty that you and I are seeing here in these last couple episodes is when you have too many in a row where it feels like nothing really big happens. It's all build up. That's when I think the audience starts to get a little frustrated. And you have deaths like Cole's that feel like they should be big, but by the time he dies, his storyline is fizzled out to nothingness.
Yeah,
Like,
we want him to be dead.
yeah, you're like,
he's not dead at that peak moment.
right. Yeah. It's like, okay, I'm, so what? Okay, he's dead. He felt dead for the last 4 episodes. He was, right? Yeah. It's just like, okay, all right. Like, I don't want them to drag it out so long that by the time these big things happen, you're like,
Okay.
all right.
I think at the end of the day, I really think that this show should have been 3 seasons, 10 episodes each.
I love it, dude. I like what you said before, and I still agree with you. I think
What did
that
I
would have
say
been
before?
a cool. You said the same thing. The 3
Yeah.
seasons, 10 episodes each. When we talked, I think that pacing could have been perfect.
Yeah. All of these events that we've had, because there are great events, and there's like 3 or 4 still to come.
Mhm.
And I think they really could have packed that into 3 seasons. Who cares if the season's like 11 episodes or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's go to let's finish up with a few more criticisms, because I want to talk about Hugh Hammer's wife.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't sure where you
That-
would go with this.
That pissed me off.
That was not the way I thought that interaction would go.
What does she want? Horribly written, I think. I think the
Yeah.
problem is sometimes it's frustrating when some of these characters get mad at each other and it's not earned. He's been gone for what? How many months do you think now? 6 months? 8 months maybe? Right? And
It's
she's
certainly a long time. She had to
she's
travel
like-
all the way to.
She's like, you wanted this
Tumbleton.
dragon? Dude, she should be over the fucking moon that her husband is a dragon rider.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. So taking a step back, talking between me and you, and our audience here,
The
I
7
didn't.
people.
I was thinking, I don't know how to put myself in her shoes because I didn't have to take a journey where potentially very bad things happened to her, which is what
Dude,
she's implying to Hugh
we
Hammer.
gotta fill our sexual assault quota for the episode, dude. Because
Yeah, there you go.
they just do it every. It's almost
Right.
too much. It
Yeah.
is too much, actually.
It may be too much, and it felt like at this point I didn't know how to put myself in her shoes. But I, as Jeff watching the scene, I was sitting there thinking, "What? Like I think he very, very clearly loves you, like immensely, and I believe him when he's saying he did a lot of this for you. He wants to save your family. He wants the two of them to survive. That to me has been clear and very apparent through most of the show. And to have her kind of take this angle like you did this for you were seeking your own glory, I just didn't see that. I don't see it.
It seems just a little forced.
Yeah.
A little stuck. A little, just a little like, what?
And it happens so quickly in the conversation. Do you notice that too? It goes from, oh my gosh, you're alive, into the second he mentions the dragon, it's like, oh,
this is who
don't
you are
touch
now.
me. You smell different. Like, where did that come from? What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. And bro, and also like becoming a dragon rider, there's only like 8 of them.
And he's
all of
a
Westeros.
knight. Like, it opens up so many doors for them.
He is instantly one of the most powerful people in all of Westeros, like bar none.
Right.
There are like 4 people more powerful than him.
It's Vermithor. He has Vermithor.
It's the second biggest dragon. It's bigger than Caraxes.
No, I know, dude. It's huge. It's huge. And she's going,
I don't. Fury. Awesome name.
Awesome name. But she's going, I won't abandon my family and stuff like this. Like, they can come
dead.
too.
Also,
the brother's dead, but like, but she has like the brother's wife and whatever, the kid. Like, I don't care. All of them like can come. What is the? Yes, there's a conflict.
I can get you out of here.
Now, but he can get like that. That's what I'm saying. There's so many avenues to a better life for them with him as the dragon rider.
It just made her seem very stupid.
Like very single focused or like closed-minded. I don't know what the word is.
I don't know. It felt like they were just forcing conflict for conflict's sake.
That's I think we both.
And then you just kind of like roll your eyes at that.
Yeah. I didn't get it, man.
Well, let's finish off with the other one.
I was gonna say, can we stay on Dragon Riders? Yeah, man. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Another scene that pissed me off. Another scene that pissed me off.
Tell me.
Yeah. No. It's going to the same thing that I talked about with you in our last couple episodes. I'm fucking tired of watching Ulf get beaten down for very reasonable stuff.
I agree with you. First of all, Ulf has the line of the episode. Not one air with the lads. Yeah. Great scene.
Yeah.
But Daemon, I mean, and also, dude, Daemon did this in front of all the small folk. Did you see that part too? They all looked at him.
Couldn't not see it, buddy. That's why it pissed me off.
Literally his foot on top of Ulf. Also, again, Ulf being one of them rising up to the level of a dragon rider, and Daemon literally puts his foot on him.
He puts him on the ground, dude. He puts him on the ground.
We've talked about Daemon. Daemon is like, he's that force. He's the power. He's the do it if I can do it. I should do it. He doesn't know any sort of reservation. And he's not going to sit there and be like, let me reason with him. It's like, do your job. You're with us. And you're going to get this glory with us. Because think about it from Daemon's point of view. Daemon he's all about glory and he's all about power. He thinks that Ulf now as Dragon Rider has both. And for Daemon, that's enough. Daemon cannot understand a man like Ulf. A guy so low. Daemon, I'm repeating myself from before. Daemon's the rogue prince. He was heir to the throne for a while. He's married to the queen. Half his children are dragon riders. He is the ancient blood of Valyria, and he's the most Targaryen. He has no semblance of a clue to connect with Ulf.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're 100% right, dude. I think kind of using maybe a more modern analogy here, it reminds me, you and I both played sports. You know, you have coaches.
Mhm.
A lot of the time you have multiple coaches on higher level teams. It feels like this would be a great scenario where someone taking a different approach with Ulf would be perfect, because Daemon's approach doesn't work with Ulf. And Daemon's approach works very well for a lot of people, but that rigid...
It's worked for him in the past.
It has, and that's why he sticks to it, but it does not work with everyone. It doesn't work with everyone.
But
that's just the truth of the matter.
But he doesn't understand that.
I know he doesn't, which is why he needs multiple people. He needs a cohesive team. He needs other leadership figures who are going to serve that role. There's just no possibility of it in their structure, in their leadership structure. You know, the ruling class, they don't have an approach for people like Ulf. And the problem is, it's just, to me, it's becoming so apparently clear. It's pissing me off watching it that he's just driving him away. He's just driving him away. I mean,
why would I listen to you anymore?
Why the hell would I do any of this? It's great that they have the conversation with him and Hugh Hammer, because it's like, do you feel like your life is better? Would you go back if you could? And he kind of says, no, I wouldn't go back, but I don't know that my life is better.
Yeah, they take them for granted.
They do.
We talked about this, the class divide. They are of a different class, and I don't think just because they're dragon riders now, they are the lowest dragon riders. They're still divided by that.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. It could be a very interesting examination of like socioeconomic thought in Westeros.
Yeah. Yeah. It's gotta be frustrating. You're part of the club, but you're not really part of the club.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, gosh, that's gotta be a fucking frustrating place to be.
Well, dude, there's only 2 episodes left. And God, I hope something happens.
Me too, buddy.
Don't get me wrong, man. I enjoyed the episode. Oh, dude, we didn't even... we have to... Okay, one more thing. We got to finish this up.
Yep.
Corlys.
Very end. Yep.
And Alyn and Baela. God.
Yeah, let's cover... Let's do both. Let's do both.
Where do you want to start?
Let's do Alyn and Baela first. That's a more simple scene.
Okay, what would you call someone who fucks their uncle? Like, what's that act? I think it's a funkle.
Nice.
Verb fuckle. I am so tired of this at this point now. I was kind of... I wasn't down with the incest. Like, I wasn't into it. But I was, like, going to give them some grace because the show is awesome. But now it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm a little over it.
I am too. 2
fuckles?
2 questions for you. Questions for you. One, we talked a couple episodes ago about Adam and Baela seeming like they were being written romantically by the writers.
And
flirty. I was fully on, flirty, but also like very close, you know, mutual concern for each other. It felt like that was just pure misdirection, or maybe just one more reason to make this even more complicated.
No, dude, this was out of the fucking blue.
He was like, where the hell did this come from? Number 2 question for you. I know that it's very difficult in the show, the way they write it, to really get a handle on the timeline. How fucking long has Jace been dead?
Let's say 2 months.
Okay. I mean, I guess to me, it kind of felt like it happened yesterday, and you know, she moved on pretty darn quick to what felt like multiple, like 2 brothers that she kind of romantically. What?
Alyn out of nowhere.
That's what I mean. It's just like
there was no build up to that.
What?
Like there was all payoff, but no build up.
Sometimes
there's too much build up, then there's no build up.
Where did this come from? Like,
it's a fuckle. Dude, I don't know. I think this has probably been the weakest episode of the season. Good moments that I like, but there's a couple of things in here where it's like, all right, guys. Like,
no, this was, I agree with you. This was the weakest of the season. It didn't have enough of the payoff that balances it out. You know, it didn't have enough of those really good
cheap
moments.
Payoff with Alyn and Baela.
Right. I guess there weren't enough redeeming moments that made you feel like, wow, that was a good episode, even if it had some weaker spots. This didn't have a lot of those really strong moments. And so it just felt like we watched several consecutive kind of weak scenes or just forced scenes like that. And it was like.
And unnecessary.
Yeah, like
maybe.
What?
And then also to finish up, Corlys. How the fuck did the bowl cut butcher get there so quickly?
Did he
just teleport there?
I think he did. I think he
mean,
he literally teleported there.
Okay.
Maybe he's magic too.
I'm going to look up a map.
Okay. You look up a map. I'm going to talk for a second about Corlys because I thought that the scene between Alyn and Corlys was actually one of the better written scenes of the show.
Okay.
I liked that.
Oh, fuck. It's actually not that far away.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go. I liked that. So points to them. I liked that Alyn. I liked the interaction between Corlys and Alyn because I really enjoyed that they've kind of come to this mutual respect. They've developed a relationship where Alyn can kind of check Corlys and back and forth. You know, Corlys is stubborn. He's a stubborn man. He's a proud man. He is very smart, great leader, but he's a proud man. And he has a difficult time hearing Rhaenyra's side of things. And I like that Alyn is now in a place where he has a strong enough relationship with Corlys that when Corlys is complaining about needing to help Rhaenyra again, Alyn can actually say, she's not asking, I'm asking.
And it was his idea.
That was a strong moment.
Well, because it was his idea at the small council.
Right. Exactly.
It was great.
Exactly. But I like the strengthening of their relationship. And I also like that Corlys chooses. It's a very funny touch that Corlys, at the end of the conversation, as Alyn is kind of leaving, Corlys has that moment where he's like, you know what? I have some information for you about the Lannister, Tyland Lannister. And it felt like it almost felt like he was teetering whether or not he was going to share that. And then it was like, you know what? No, this is the right thing to do.
Because his pride was wounded with the lack of legitimacy thing from Rhaenyra. And then, I mean, Alyn had the great line, how long did it take you? You know, kind of being like, buddy, you know.
Look in the mirror a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But that's what I love about their relationship. I like that they are in that place now where it seems like they have a bit of a balance, like a good, like I said, mutual respect.
The beginning of season 2. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, completely better. So.
Yeah. Okay, but then how about, do you want to jump to the end with Corlys?
Yes.
Did you have anything else on them? Please.
One more thing.
Go, please.
Baela in the Vale with Sheep Stealer. Remember that scene? She slaps her.
Yeah. You mean Rhaenyra?
Is it? Oh, it's Rhaenyra. Shit.
Rhaenyra. Yeah.
It's Rhaenyra.
Mm-hmm.
Another scene where I was like, what was the point of this?
I didn't even have a note on it, dude, because I was just like,
Rhaenyra's still sad. We can skip over it because it is a nothing scene.
Well, I literally, the only thing that was entertaining to me was that, what is her name, the Lady of the Vale?
I don't know, but the moon door where they drop someone out.
Dude, that was like, I was like, and she goes, never ceases to be entertaining or whatever.
Yes, never ceases to be fascinating. Or, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
She's a funny side character because she is like incredibly stern. But she has like, it's almost, there's like funny scenes with her. Like she's got her
so
delivery.
Stern, it's amusing. Yeah.
And slaps the bejesus out of Rhaena.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
I mean, and that's it though.
But
also, I don't know why Rhaena went.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Whatever.
That's another like just throwaway plot right now. It's like, this might be cool eventually, but right now it's just like, okay.
Well, Corlys captured. You know, guess those dragons didn't do shit looking at Tumbleton. They couldn't see a bunch of men leave.
Nope. No, it didn't seem like they did anything.
Maybe they left when Ulf was clearly trying to get drunk with the lads.
No, but did they leave when Hugh Hammer was with his wife? Did he drop the ball? And so now the golden boy, Hugh Hammer, is going to be in trouble too.
I think that's it, dude.
Dude, I think you're right. I think you're right. I also love, I'm just going to say, I love how many times they like make you wonder if Corlys is dead. Like to a casual audience member.
Now, man.
to it. It's like a third time or fourth time, isn't it? He tries to die on a boat every other episode, but it feels like they to a casual audience member, if you were watching that, and like you and I have watched Game of Thrones stuff forever, so it's like, all right, until you see somebody bleed out on the screen, they're not dead. But to a casual audience member watching that, you'd be like, did they kill Corlys? It's like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, when the camera is cutting away from him as he's being attacked, it's like,
He'll be fine.
No, he's good. Yep, I'm so confident that he's safe. Like,
Yeah.
if they have killed him, I don't know. I should put some kind of wager on it, but like, there's no way. I'm sorry, there's just no way he's dead. Like, he's captured.
Of course not.
No, but they try to make you think, dude.
I know. I hope this penultimate episode does something like fun, because everyone's been in their places for 4 episodes now.
And they're running out of runway here, dude. Like you said, we've got 2 more episodes. So we got to have something here towards the end, or we're going to get it's going to be a real shame if they start off the season with 2 absolute bangers and a couple of good episodes sprinkled in here. And then we have almost the exact same feeling as last season towards the end.
Well, so, I mean, if you go watch the trailer for the show again, there are scenes we haven't seen yet.
Okay.
So I do think and there's Daemon in his armor.
All right. Well, that gives me hope, dude.
I hope so. I think they're going to finish with the Battle of Tumbleton.
Okay. Well, then that I think will deliver pretty well. I was honestly worried, thinking that they might have exactly the same kind of like cliffhanger ending as last season, where it's just like, oh, okay, it's more build up. Like, it's another transition season, and it's like
build up to nothing.
Build up to nothing. I mean,
dude, I think we're just going to wait and see, man. This episode wasn't the best, but there were scenes that were good. And again, some of the character scenes are very fun to talk about. But right now, I'm ready for my ice cream. So
yeah, me too, bud.
That's all I got.
All right. We'll look forward to hopefully ice cream in the last 2.
All right, guys, this has been Too Much TV, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.